Did you know that a single day on Venus is longer than its entire year? Yeah, you read that right. Space is way weirder than we give it credit for, and today we're breaking down 10 facts that will completely mess with how you see the universe. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the Curious Corner, the place where we explore the weirdest, coolest, and most surprising facts about our world. And today, way beyond it. If you're new here, hit subscribe, because trust me, this is just the beginning. Fact number 1. Venus's day versus its year. Let's start with that Venus fact. Venus rotates so slowly that one full day, meaning one rotation, takes about 243 Earth days. But it only takes 225 Earth days to orbit the Sun. So on Venus, your birthday would come before your day even ends. And it gets weirder. Venus actually spins backwards compared to most planets in our solar system. Scientists think it might have been hit by something massive billions of years ago, flipping its rotation completely. So if you were standing on Venus, watching the sky, the Sun would rise in the west and set in the east. Total opposite of what we're used to on Earth. Fact number 2. Space is completely silent. Here's a spooky one. In space, there's no air, which means there's no medium for sound waves to travel through. So no matter how big an explosion is, if you were floating nearby, you wouldn't hear a thing. This is actually why every boom you hear in space movies is scientifically wrong. NASA actually gets around this in real missions by using radio waves, not sound, to communicate. And here's the wild part. Scientists have found ways to convert cosmic radiation and pressure waves into sound using a process called sonification, which is how we got that eerie recording of a black hole humming in the Perseus cluster. It's real data, just translated into a sound our ears can process. Fact number 3. Neutron stars are insanely dense. A neutron star is so dense that just 1 teaspoon of it would weigh about 10 million tons here on Earth. That's roughly the weight of a mountain, squeezed into a spoon. Neutron stars are what's left after a massive star collapses in on itself during a supernova. All that mass, sometimes more than our Sun, gets crushed down into a sphere only about 20 kilometers wide, roughly the size of a city. Some neutron stars, called pulsars, spin hundreds of times per second and blast out beams of radiation like a cosmic lighthouse. If you tried to stand on one, gravity would be so extreme it would instantly flatten you, literally crushing you into a 2-dimensional smear across the surface. Fact number 4. The Sun makes up 99.8% of our solar system. The Sun is so massive that it accounts for about 99.8% of the total mass of our entire solar system. Every planet, moon, and asteroid combined? Just a rounding error next to the Sun. To put that in perspective, you could fit about 1.3 million Earths inside the Sun. And even though it looks calm and steady from here, the Sun is constantly exploding. Solar flares release energy equivalent to millions of hydrogen bombs going off at once. Luckily, we're about 150 million kilometers away, which is just far enough to enjoy the light and warmth without, being incinerated. Fact number 5. There's a planet made of diamonds. Astronomers have found an exoplanet called 55 Cancri E that might be partly made of diamond thanks to intense heat and carbon-rich composition. Imagine mining that. This planet is nearly twice the size of Earth and orbits so close to its star that surface temperatures can reach around 2,000 degrees Celsius. Some researchers believe the extreme heat and pressure could turn the carbon inside the planet into actual diamond layered beneath a surface of graphite. Scientists jokingly call it a super-Earth bling planet, though realistically, no spacecraft could survive the heat long enough to mine a single carat. If your mind isn't blown yet, don't worry, the last few facts on this list are even crazier. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss what's coming next. Fact number 6. 1 year on Mercury is just 88 days. Mercury zips around the Sun so fast that 1 year there only takes 88 Earth days. If you lived on Mercury, you'd have a birthday every 3 months. But don't get too excited about that. A single day on Mercury, from sunrise to sunrise, actually takes about 176 Earth days, because it rotates so slowly. So on Mercury, a day is literally longer than 2 of its years. Temperatures swing wildly too, over 400 degrees Celsius during the day, and drop to nearly -180 at night, since Mercury has basically no atmosphere to trap the heat. Fact number 7. Footprints on the Moon could last millions of years. Because the Moon has no atmosphere and no wind, the footprints astronauts left during the Apollo missions could stay exactly as they are for millions of years. There's no erosion, no rain, no weather of any kind to disturb them. The only real threats are micrometeorite impacts, which slowly erode the surface over incredibly long timescales. NASA has even marked these landing sites as protected heritage zones, asking future missions and private companies to keep a safe distance so this literal piece of human history isn't disturbed. Fact number 8. Space smells like seared steak. Astronauts have reported that after spacewalks, their suits smell like burnt steak or hot metal, likely from high-energy particles interacting with their equipment. Some describe it as a mix of gunpowder, welding fumes, and seared meat. Since astronauts obviously can't smell space directly through their suits, the scent actually comes from atomic oxygen and other reactive particles clinging to their gear, which they only notice once they're back inside the airlock and remove their helmets. It's become such a well-known phenomenon that companies have actually tried to recreate the smell of space as a novelty fragrance. Fact number 9. There could be more trees on Earth than stars in the Milky Way. The Milky Way has an estimated 100 to 400 billion stars. Earth alone has over 3 trillion trees. So next time you look at the night sky, remember, the forest outside might actually beat it in numbers. But zoom out even further, and the scale flips completely. Scientists estimate there are somewhere around 1 to 2 trillion galaxies in the observable universe, each containing billions of stars of their own. So while Earth might outtree the Milky Way, the total number of stars in the universe is still almost impossible for the human brain to fully picture. Fact number 10. We're all made of star stuff. Almost every element in your body, carbon, oxygen, iron, was forged inside a star billions of years ago. When stars died, they scattered these elements into space, and eventually they became part of you. You are quite literally made of stardust. The calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, the oxygen you're breathing right now, none of it existed at the beginning of the universe. It was cooked inside the cores of stars over millions of years, then blasted across the galaxy when those stars exploded as supernovae. Every person you've ever met, every animal, every tree, we're all recycled pieces of dead stars, which honestly might be the most beautiful fact in this entire video. So which one of these blew your mind the most? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. And if you enjoyed this, make sure to subscribe to the Curious Corner, because we've got a lot more mysteries to explore. See you in the next video.